Hulusi the Great offers an irreverent, ahistorical take on the Russian empress life. The real history behind the period comedy Catherine the Great is a monarch mired in misconception. Derided both in her day and in modern times as a hypocritical warmonger with an unnatural sexual appetite, Catherine was a woman of contradictions whose brazen exploits have long overshadowed the accomplishments that won her the great moniker in the first place. Ruler of Russia from 1762 to 1796, Catherine championed Enlightenment ideals, expanded her empire's borders, spearheaded judicial and administrative reforms, dabbled in vaccination, curated a vast art collection that formed the foundation of one of the world's greatest museums, exchanged correspondence with such philosophers as Voltaire and Denis Diderot, penned operas and children's fairy tales, founded the country's first state-funded school for women, drafted her own legal code, and promoted a national system of education. Perhaps most impressively, the Empress, born a virtually penniless Prussian princess, wielded power for 3 decades despite the fact that she had no claim to the crown whatsoever. A new Hulu series titled The Great takes its cue from the little-known beginnings of Catherine's reign. Adapted from his 2008 play of the same name, the 10-part miniseries is the brainchild of screenwriter Tony McNamara. Much like how his previous film, The Favourite, reimagined the life of Britain's Queen, and as a buddy period comedy, The Great revels in the absurd, veering from the historical record to gleefully present the royal drama tailor-made for modern audiences. Featuring Elle Fanning as the Empress and Nicholas Hoult as her mercurial husband, Peter III, The Great differs from the 2019 HBO miniseries Catherine the Great, which starred Helen Mirren as its title character. Whereas the premium cable series traced the trajectory of Catherine's rule from 1764 to her death, The Great centers on her 1762 coup and the sequence of events leading up to it. Here's what you need to know to separate fact from fiction ahead of the series' May 15th premiere. To put it bluntly, Catherine was a usurper. Aided by her lover Grigory Orlov and his powerful family, she staged a coup just 6 months after her husband took the throne. The bloodless shift in power was so easily accomplished that Frederick the Great of Prussia later observed, Peter allowed himself to be dethroned like a child being sent to bed. Born Princess Sophia van Holtzerbst, a principality in modern-day central Germany, in 1729, the Tsarina to be hailed from an impoverished Prussian family whose bargaining power stemmed from its noble connections. Thanks to these ties, she soon found herself engaged to the heir to the Russian throne. Peter, nephew of the reigning Empress Elizabeth, and grandson of another renowned Romanov, Peter the Great. Upon arriving in St. Petersburg in 1744, Sophie converted to Eastern Orthodoxy, adopted a Russian name, and began learning to speak the language. The following year, the 16-year-old wed her betrothed, officially becoming Grand Duchess Catherine Alexeyevna. Like his wife, Peter was actually Prussian. But whereas she downplayed this background in favor of presenting herself as a Russian patriot, he catered to his home country by abandoning conquests against Prussia and pursuing a military campaign in Denmark that was of little value to Russia. Further compounding these unpopular decisions were his attempted repudiation of his wife in favor of his mistress and his seizure of church lands under the guise of secularization. Thanks for watching. Like, comments, and share. Subscribe for more latest updates, and don't forget to press the bell icon.